Hello everyone, this is Mirza Naeem. In this video lecture, we are going to revise 4th unit from Environmental Engineering. This is part 2. Let's continue. So we are at design of sewers. We've seen the design criteria. We'll see a simple formula to design a sewer, which is given by Hazen-Williams, right? The formula is U equals to 0.85 multiplied by C multiplied by RH to the power of 0.63 into S to the power of 0.54. So you have to memorize this formula where U is a velocity in meters per second, C is the Williams coefficient, RH is hydraulic radius in meters, and S is the slope, right? We have another formula given by Munnings, that is U equals to 1 by N multiplied by RH to the power of 2 by 3 multiplied by S to the power of 1 by 2, right, where N is nothing but Munnings coefficient, right? For minimum velocity, right, we have to provide minimum velocity of 0.45 meters per second, so that they should not get any silted up, right? What it mean? So if I say this is my pipe, this is my sewer, it should not get silted. That means accumulation of silt should not happen, right? It will happen because of suspended material, right? Suspended material present in sewage. So that as a civil engineer, we have to remember the velocity should be such as to cause automatic self-cleaning effort, right, to generate minimum self-cleaning velocity in sewers. So you have to remember this point. Maximum velocity will be 0.9 meters per second. Whenever the flow is low, you should maintain minimum velocity of 4.5 meters per second. Remember, when the flow is maximum, it should maintain 0.9 meters per second, right? So next we have sewage appurtenances, nothing but a various accessories used in sewerage system. Okay, the important point is manhole, right? This is most important for exam point of view. Next we have lamp hole, and next we have street inlet. Next we have catch basins, inverse siphon, and flushing tank rejectors. Okay, so we'll see manhole. The name itself says that there will be a hole in which a man can enter and inspect, clean and flush the sewage. Okay, for maintenance, for inspection or testing, it is constructed. Okay, so if I show you with a diagram, it is a RCC structure. Okay, let us say this is a sewer, this is a sewer, and we have steps okay, a ladder you can call. There will be a cover, right? This is the branch sewer, this is the main sewer, okay. This chamber is nothing but working chamber, where a man can enter here, he can work, he can inspect, he can test the sewer, okay. The sewer is open to access, okay. He can whenever the silt is accumulated, he can remove that, he can completely flush it, okay. All the activities will done by help of manhole. So one thing you have to remember, where the manhole is constructed, so we are providing at all the junctions, right? Let us say 2 or more sewer are intersecting, there will be a manhole, okay. 2 or more. In other case, change in sewer dimensions, let us say like dimensions or diameter will change, right? So at that point a manhole is provided, because there will be a variation of flow. Lamp hole are the opening constructed on the straight sewer line between two manholes which are far apart, right? So let us say it is actually provided at a straight sewer. Let's say this is my sewer, and somewhere in middle there will be a lamp hole. It is act as a ventilator, okay, ventilator to this sewer. Whenever the light exposes from lamp hole, it should give light in that sewer from this manhole to this manhole. Let us say this is A and B, it should be visible, so that when it is visible they can ensure that the sewer is clean, right? It is without any silt, without any suspended matter. So if it is the light passes through A, B, that means the water is flowing in this particular sewer, okay. That is the main purpose of lamp hole. If there are any obstructions, the light will not pass, right? Yeah. Next we have a street inlet. Very simple concept. Whenever the storm water is happened, then it will admit or convey to storm sewer or combined sewer. It is just like a street inlet you can see in real life. Catch basin is just provided underneath this street inlet, okay. Let us say this will be the catch basin and this will be the street inlet. So it will be provided at 60 to 90 centimeters and depth of 60 to 75 centimeters. So why it is provided, sir? It is constructed just below the street inlet. They interrupt the velocity of storm water entering through the inlet and allow grit, sand, debris to settle, okay. So if I provide a catch basin, obviously when rainfall occur, so the flow has to enter into the sewer. Before it is going to enter, all this grit, that is small metal objects, right, or organic matter, sand, everything will be accumulated in this catch basin, and the water will flow without any suspended matter. Okay, that is the help of catch basin. Inverse siphon is nothing but the depression portion of sewer. Okay, let us say like there is an obstacle of railway or roads or deep cuttings. Inverse siphon is going to provide. So let us say there will be a depression. Let me draw properly. Yeah. So there will be a sudden variation of slope. Okay, you can call gradient, right? So there will be obstacle, like to avoid that they will provide inverse siphon. So what happens is, you have to remember one important point. The velocity is pressure, the velocity is more here, okay, the pressure more than the atmospheric pressure due to the flow line, right? So we are providing such a hydraulic grade line, so that it having high pressure than the normal atmospheric pressure. Okay, thus increase the head causing flow. So that is why it will increase the head causing flow. Due to increase in velocity, deposits of siphon pipe are washed into the sump. Okay, there will be no deposition. When the velocity is more, there will be no deposition. Okay, next we have flushing tank. We all know that it is a reservoir that contains water, sewage or some other type of fluid. The fluid in this flushing tank is released during the periodic intervals to clean the equipments. So this is nothing but the reservoir. Whenever there is a need of this water or this sewage, they will release, okay, at intervals to clean the equipment or to clean the tank itself. Next we have rejector. It is used when a bathroom or a laundry room or any other plumbing fixed below the level of main sewer or septic tank. Let us say unfortunately the main bathroom pipe or laundry pipe or any plumbing fixed under the level of main sewer or septic tank, this pump, this rejector pump help to pump it to that level to reach the sewer and septic tank, right? Next we have pump houses. We need pumps, right? Plumbing stations are often required for pumping of, first one, untreated domestic wastewater, second one, storm water runoff, third one, combined domestic and storm water runoff, fourth one, sludge at a wastewater treatment plant, fifth one, treated domestic wastewater, and the last one is recycled treated water. Set all conditions, pump is required. Okay, so there are different kinds of pumps. Okay, that one, first one is radial flow pump, axial flow pump. Okay, the axial flow pump is having high speed, specific speed of 800 to 1600, and the flow velocity will be 2000 meter cube per hour, right? Then we have mixed flow pump, positive displacement pump, air pump. Next we have shapes of sewer pipes. Important, it is very important. First one is standard egg shape, new egg shape, horseshoe shape, parabolic shape, semi-elliptical, rectangular, U-shape, semi-circular, basket handle shape, etc. You can see here, this is the standard egg shape sieve. This is a new modified egg shape sieve. The difference will be the change in dia. So here 2D, here D, and it will be 2D and D by 2. So half of this. Next we have a horseshoe type of sievers. Mainly it will provide to maintain the self-cleaning velocity, parabolic shape. Next we have semi-elliptical, rectangular, U-shape, semicircular shape, basket handle shape. Material used in sieve, asbestos, cement sievers. Okay, it is a mixture of asbestos fiber, silica and cement. Okay, these pipes are available 10 to 100 centimeters internal dia and length will be 4 meters. So the internal dia will be 10 to 100 centimeters and the length will be 4 meters. Okay, it is available. Plain cement concrete or reinforced concrete also used. The ratio will be, the mix ratio will be 1:1.5:3, that is M20. Then the diameter of pipe will be 0.45 meters. Next we have stoneware sievers, brick sievers, cast iron sievers, steel pipe sievers, ductile iron and plastic sievers, lead sievers. Yeah. In sanitary fittings we have traps. Traps are defined as the fittings at the end of the soil pipe of waste pipes, which means we already know soil pipes which carries the human waste, human excreta, right? At the end of this soil pipe, it is provided to prevent the foul gases coming out of this soil pipe. Okay, it is classified based on shape. So this is the point you have to remember. It is classified based on shape, that is P, second one is Q and S. So this is P, Q and S trap. Next we have a system of plumbing, one pipe system and two pipe system.